Booyah! Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. Today we have a special series for you guys, the EGA Growth Webinar, Part 3. And boy, do we have some exciting stuff for you guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this special webinar that has been designed to provide tons of knowledge for you guys. We have a special guest on today. I cannot wait to introduce him. He is part of the Option Swing community. He is one of the best mods that we have. He is a great friend, a great trader, and one of the most respected people in our community. So We will be doing a quick intro into the market here. I want to give you guys a quick 5-minute market update. And then what we're going to do is have our special guest, Will, who is a mod and a analyst, as well as the leader of the Watchlist team, on to give you guys a quick crash course on how to create a watch list. And for many of you who know Will from our options and community, he is also putting together a really cool mentorship program, which will actually be covered a little later. So stay tuned, more details about that. He is an awesome guy, and I will do a quick market breakdown here to just give you a couple of updates on the things that I see, and then we will jump straight into the lesson, all right? If you can, we should get this up to 100 likes today, guys. Today is a special live stream and it requires special circumstances. So smash the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't, okay? Because these live streams happen Monday through Friday now, and we put in a lot of time and effort into these. So definitely smash the like button so that we can get exposed and let YouTube share these videos to other people who can benefit from this live stream. Thank you in advance for doing that. All right, now with a technical update here, I just want to give you a technical update on SPY, NASDAQ, and the SPX here. As we've been talking about, I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. We've been talking about this for the past 3 to 4 months now, guys. And if you have been listening into the live stream diligently, we have been talking about how the Dow has been lagging behind the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ in terms of valuation. And I mentioned multiple times that the Dow is going to break out at some point and catch up to both of these indexes, and it is finally happening. The funny thing is that traders are now starting to realize this, but as I have been saying for a long time, you cannot catch a wave after it happens. You have to be in before. So expect some kind of a minor pullback either today or tomorrow. It should be a nominal corrective wave. It should be, something that will just kind of see the Dow Jones sell off a little bit, come down back to the moving averages, a nominal correction like how you would see with any wave pattern, right? So keep your eyes out for that. Make sure that you're not jumping in on the top over here. And that's what I really just wanted to update you guys about today, because I know many people are going to keep asking me, is it safe to get into the Dow Jones? If you have to ask that question, it probably isn't. So just, you've missed a wave, but it's okay, because there will be another wave, okay? Just hang tight and be patient. Now, if you can see, the SPY is also kind of creeping up to all-time highs here. We have to be very cautious at this level because it could easily be rejected here and come down with a double top. So at this specific levels, I do definitely see a temporary pullback, potential temporary pullback, for us to kind of gain more liquidity down here to push up and break through this resistance up here. So keep that in mind. And also the NASDAQ is looking very weak over here. So definitely keep an eye for all of these different things going into this trading day today, okay? Quick market update for you guys. I promise less than 5 minutes. That's all I wanted to say. Good job if you followed the live stream, have been putting in the work, turning up, listening to this live stream. And if you took Boeing and XLI with us, you should have made a ton of money. So congratulations if you did that, okay? We've been calling those trades out for a while now, and it's finally paying off. All right, so without further ado and without much delay, I want to introduce our special guest today. We have Will, who is an analyst from Option Swing. He is one of my very good friends who has been with this community for a while now. So I'm going to let him introduce himself and ask him a couple of questions here. And so welcome into the live stream, Will. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I am awesome. It's nice to finally have you here, and now the people can hear your voice.
Yeah, it's great, man. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Absolutely, man. So Will is actually going to be doing a little bit of a introduction into how to build your watch list. So Will, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe, if you feel comfortable sharing with us a little bit, just some basic information about yourself so people can get a context.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So I grew up in Los Angeles. I initially, before I started trading, I made my living bartending. Service industry, which was great. I loved it, but then this coronavirus hit, and I was furloughed. Didn't know when I'd be going back. So I decided to start taking this more seriously. As I'm sure the people of the option swing community are aware, And it's just it's cascaded into this thing that has become like what I love to do, you know.
Right.
And it's what I see myself doing for the rest of my life now. And I've been so blessed that the option swing community has taken me on, you know, and I don't need to go back to the bar.
Right, right. Dude, that is beautiful. I remember this. I so vividly remember it. Well, I'm sure everybody cannot wait to hear about, your lesson and the way that, you do things. So let's kind of get this kicking and started. You want to go ahead and share your screen over here, and then we can kind of have you start over here. That would be perfect. All right, cool. We are live with Will now.
All right, so what I wanted to do today is go through some of these travel stocks. I shared, some breakouts on Sunday, and then today we're seeing some continuation there. Right. So I want to just start blank and kind of give you an idea of how I spotted this.
Sure, absolutely. So this is basically right now for everybody who's listening in. Will is going to show you how you kind of come up with your watch list ideas, right? In an essence. Yeah.
So look, there's a lot of static here. So we're going to zoom out, right, and start with, and this is Delta Airlines, by the way. So we're going to go to the daily chart and let's see, just going to drop some lines down here so we can kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Absolutely.
So you can see right here is a breakout.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, cool. So yeah, we have that main line there. I'm going to drop a Fibonacci here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this tool, but it's really, really nifty. It can help you kind of get price targets, right? So you have a breakout, and then you wonder where's it going to land? Once it's bought up or sold off, right. And this can kind of help because the thing is with these breakouts, it's all controlled by algorithms, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so once it breaks past a resistance, it's going to just get bought right to the next one, or if it breaks support, it's going to get sold off to the next one.
Right.
And sometimes you can't really, just like drop a horizontal line here and assume it'll go there. I mean, so this tool is a bit more complicated. It gives you ratios of price.
Right. Uh-huh. Yeah.
So let's see. Great. So we can see. So on Friday we saw some unusual options activity. We have this really awesome tool in the option swing Discord that can kind of point out these large and unusual orders. Because so last week it was very, very tech centric, and then we saw so much travel flow on Friday, and that kind of piqued my interest. I mean, why are they putting so much money into this sector that's not getting any activity? Right. So, that was kind of an indication that something was going to happen. And this is, let me see. Yeah, so this is where we opened on Monday. Mm-hmm. I laid down some of these just diagonal trends here, and as you can see in the past, resistance, slight resistance here. So Monday we gap up. Right.
Which is a bullish sign.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I was saying, which is a bullish sign usually.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had established a kind of a level of, let me draw that. So a quick segue here. I really don't like just dropping lines down for support resistance. It's better to have like a
zone. Absolutely.
A zone, exactly. Like you want a region. So this will help you to avoid getting faked out. But this obviously isn't the best example because it just gapped right above it.
Right.
So let me see. I'm going to refine this fib a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. No problem.
And I will, this isn't the default settings. I will share my settings in the Discord.
Right.
Okay, so you want to go for a bullish retracement, right? You want to start at the bottom and then go to a top.
Yep.
And the thing with Fibonacci is that it's kind of open to interpretation. So I could start it here, and I can go to here, or I'm sorry, to here, to here, to here. You want to grab just like a large swing in price. Right. So I believe I picked this guy.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So yeah, this is the most recent kind of downward push.
Yep.
And so then this gave me my price targets that I shared with the group of, I believe, around 28, 29, and 30, 31. And you can see it's not exact. That's the thing with fibs. It's not supposed to be perfect. It's just to give you an idea. But as you can see, so another thing with fibs is when things retrace, it's not just a straight line usually. So there's going to be a rejection, it'll bounce, and then that can give you an idea how deep that bounces of how far it will continue.
Right.
You know,
the liquidity, the way it grabs liquidity on the way down.
Right. Sometimes it just scoops it and just takes off. You know, sometimes it'll go all the way back down to here. So with this one, really shallow kind of rejection up here where it's just kind of chopping about. Yeah. So that tells me, so you have these targets, the 27 extension and the 62 extension. So when it goes just really shallow like that, we're going to aim for the 62. And then sometimes you'll see it'll just go right past it. But
Jeez. Just blew right past it.
Yeah, just popped right through it. Great. So so this is kind of how we had a general idea of where we think it's going.
Right.
And then to find entry for the day itself, you know, let's see. So let's see right here that around here on Monday open is where we opened up at. Right. I think it was just right here. If, once it passes this level was our entry.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So this was kind of like a resistance region here.
Right. It broke out the previous high.
Right. So break the previous high. That's your entry. Target is the first extension. You know, if it busts past it like it does yesterday, then target would be second extension.
Right.
And that's about it. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward example. And you can see, here, let me just pull this other chart up. Something similar here with almost all of the airlines, right?
Right.
So you've got resistance going down, you've got a breakout, and drop the Fibonacci, and you can get these extension targets just based off of, see, another really shallow retracement here.
Right.
And then, you know, so these concepts, what's so great about them is that they can apply to all the market, any kind of market. I mean, you're talking Forex, cryptocurrency, equities, obviously.
Absolutely.
And
anything that's algorithmically traded, basically, right?
Absolutely, and even commodities nowadays are algorithmically traded. It's so this applies everywhere, and it can be done for day trading. It works for swing trading. So I truly believe. I mean, anyone, if you, it will make you a better trader. You know, and the goal here isn't to beat the algorithms. You know, we can't do that. they're too fast. Yeah. And they're, you know, calculating all of these different angles and faster than we ever could, right? So the goal isn't to beat them. It's just to kind of get an idea of what it is that they might do next. Right. You know, so the goal isn't to be the first one in there. We just want to see what's happening. We want confirmation of what we think will happen, and then you get in, and that's it. You know, the goal isn't to be the best. It's just to kind of get a piece of it.
Correct. If that makes you don't want to try and catch the whole wave. You just want to catch a piece of the wave, because if you try to catch the whole wave, you end up getting burnt. And that's what actually majority of new traders try to do. That's a very fair point that you just brought up, because I feel like when I was starting to trade off, I was like, no, I want the whole thing, you know? And then you just end up like getting burnt, and that's terrible. Like, just try to aim for a small piece of it, and that's works much better.
Like yesterday, I played some travel, right? Yeah. I took my profits by the end of the day. I wasn't sure if there was going to be continuation. And then you see a gap, everything just continued to gap up. But it's like, doesn't matter, you know. I did well yesterday with this, and the setup played out for me. So, you know, then you move on to the next one.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely like well, this is eye-opening, man. I mean, this is great stuff. So I know that you're working on a trading kind of a course for technical analysis, right? You want
Right.
to maybe give people a little bit of what you're going to be actually teaching and kind of like give an idea of what people can expect, like kind of an insight scoop here?
Yeah. So it's yeah. So this course is it's going to be really awesome. You know, I'm really taking my time with it. I want this thing to be really useful for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I most of what I learned is through self-teaching,
Right.
and my goal is to just kind of consolidate it all into this one resource that you can refer to. And that'll, you know, the goal is to give you a profitable and repeatable trading routine.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we all want, you know, something that you can do every day. It'll make you some money every day, or you know, if when an opportunity presents itself, and it's repeatable. You know, there's no gimmicks to it. I mean, it takes a lot of practice, you know, a lot of study, but my goal is just to get you on that right path to where it's not all so overwhelming, you know, because there's so much out there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And so we're going to go over like just the foundations of technical analysis, you know, support, resistance, trends, channels, patterns, moving averages, all that stuff.
Right.
And then account growth also, you know. I know a lot of people in the option swing community, new traders especially, they have really small portfolios and they're kind of unsure how to get started.
Right.
So it's like we're going to go over, you know, risk management, setting goals, like realistic goals, risk to reward, you know, the psychology of it all as well. And you know, I'm gonna show you, like, look, if you have $1,000 in your starting balance, like we can work with that, or you can work with that. And it's not a limitation, or it doesn't have to be.
Sure.
And then there's going to be a real quick bonus section about the tools that we provided at Option Swing. You know, we're talking flow, the unusual options activity, some scanner setups, and these are really helpful too. You know, I mean, these will give you an indication of something that might break out before it even does. So it'll put something on your watch list that, you know, maybe you wouldn't have even thought to check. Like FedEx the other day. Let me pull that up. Like you can see this one just kaboom, right? So I think it was flow. Like I saw a large out the money bet on this through, you know, our option swing flow bot.
Yeah.
And so, like, real quick, this was a super easy. So let me just replay it back to here. So this is where we were before that breakout. And sometimes it's really easy, you know, like you see a pattern here, some sort of triangle, a symmetrical triangle formation, right? And then market opened. Following day, and it just gapped right above it, right? Yeah. So I think our entry was somewhere around here. See, it takes out a previous high.
Yeah.
And then boom, that's your entry. And that's your entry. Here's your targets.
Yeah.
And once again, it just flew right past it. But yeah, sometimes you know. So the whole point is that these setups happen every day, and they're not too hard to find. You just need to know what you're looking for.
Yep, that's true. That is completely true. I agree with that. Man, it is awesome to see you in action, man. At least people get to see, you know, your style and the way that you do things.
Yeah.
I'm sure that many of us are extremely excited to take your course. Even me, I really am looking forward to it. And, you know, there's so much you can learn every single day. Even after doing this for so many years, I still learn things every single day. So Even
Right.
when you're doing this right now, I'm still learning. It's never a ending process. When you're a trader and you think that there is a finite amount of things to learn, it's impossible.
Oh,
It's
absolutely, man.
impossible amount of things that you have to constantly be putting on your plate. So let's see if
Yeah.
the crowd have any questions over here. Let me just pan to the chat real quick. If you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat box right now. There's almost 167 of you. I hope that we can have a couple of likes here. Smash the like button if you guys are here on the stream, or just smash the like button for Will for sharing so much of information today. He definitely has a good head on his shoulders to show you his methodology, and some people they have a problem with that, but you can see that Will is a natural at this. So definitely show some love for him and smash the like button. So if you have some questions, drop them in the chat box so Will can answer them. We'll do like a quick 5-minute question and answer session if you have some questions for him. We'll go and open his own bar now. Let's see here. Let's go. Just drop the magnet. Will, Spidey. Census of stocks. What do you mean by this? Okay. And thank you for answering that question, Warwick. I appreciate you. Just to kind of give Sosodev the question you were asking, what do you mean by grab liquidity? That is actually a good question. Will, you want to tackle this question? I think it's a good question to answer because maybe you can answer it a little more in detail. I'm gonna pan to your screen over here.
So, see, how can I explain this? So this goes back to the algos that we were talking about that kind of rule this market that we're all trading in. So these prices are very manipulated, right? Like, and so you'll see queued up orders essentially, right? So say you're a retail trader, and you're hopping in here, right? You grab this is SPY futures, so you're getting in here, and you're a Fibonacci trader. You drop this down, blah blah blah. You're making money, and then so maybe you'll set your stop kind of right here under this fib level, right? And so your stop's down here. Market makers will
push the price
raid your stop. They'll stop you out, and then they have queued orders down here as well. So you're in here, and they stop you out, and then they get in here.
Yep.
And then the real move happens, right?
Absolutely. That's a perfect explanation of it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in short, when we talk about liquidity grabs, people, what we're talking about is market makers trying to screw you out of your positions because they have the intention to take that same position and stop you out at that level. When this usually happens is when people have that same level as a stop limit order or a stop loss order. That is the most common way. That's the reason why on the mentorship course that I teach, I always make sure that I highlight this important point that you never set a support or a resistance level at common support and resistance, like the obvious support and resistances. What you really want to do is set it at least like $1 to $2 above it. It's okay if you lose a little bit more or you make a little less, but having that $1 to $2 cushion is definitely helpful. All right, let's see if there are more questions here. All right. Let's see. I'm sure we can get to 100 likes today, guys. Only 17 more to go. Let's do it. Let's see here.
And also, I want to reiterate, like, I kind of just blasted through all this stuff. We're on a time limit here. The course is going to be a lot more in depth, a lot more kind of slower pace, right? So it'll be great for beginners and intermediates, like whatever level you're on. There will be value there for you. Right. And we can spend a lot more time kind of honing in on these individual aspects of everything, right? Like the trends, the channels, the Fibonacci, everything.
Absolutely, man. We're definitely looking forward to that, man. And the fact, that, the trading and teaching are a really tough thing to do. So we appreciate you, at least even trying and attempting to do this. It's really, great. Just the voice I wanted to hear in the morning. This is dope. Do you always short fib from the lows? That's a question. You want to answer that one?
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to. So you want to chart it in the direction of the retracement that you're looking for, right? So if you're looking for a bullish retracement, you're going to chart from low to high.
Exactly.
And then bearish, you're going to go high to low.
Yep.
So, we saw a flow on travel that was indicating it was going to go up, right? So, given those circumstances, we're assuming it's going to be a bullish retracement, right? So we had this drop. So yeah, you want to start from low to high, and that'll give you your bullish levels. And then, but again, these are all price ratios. So even if you do it in reverse, like the levels will still have significance because the ratio stays the same.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Cool. Let me see here. Any more questions? Thanks, Will. With that technique, do you primarily focus on weekly options?
So with day trading, yes, I tend to use weeklies. I'm more and more lately, I'm still just going like 2 weeks out because we're seeing a lot of continuation with these breakouts. Like these are some really strong breakouts. So I'll maybe grab a couple weekly lottos, but either will work, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
But when you have more time, it gives you more room. And if the breakout pattern fails, right, it's not gonna, you're not gonna get clapped as much as you would on a weekly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, a couple of questions here that we don't have the answers for. So, which we will have the answers for in the future. Nicole and then Utsav were asking, how many days will the course be? And when will course start? You want to answer those questions for them?
Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm working really hard on this for you guys. I'll make an announcement when it's all ready, and I have something to offer you.
Right.
As soon as I can, I'm trying to get this out. But that's the best I can say right now.
Absolutely. And by the way, guys, in the description below, I've tagged Will's Instagram account. Please go give him a follow on Instagram. He puts out a lot of good content on his Instagram as well. So make sure that you give him a follow. His name is Will Options. It's part of the description of this video. So yeah, and also you can follow Option Swing and Everyday Growth Advisor, which is me, if you want, which we put out content as well. So lots of informational stuff here. As I said many times, this channel, this stream is dedicated to improving the knowledge and just kind of overall giving you guys free education. So I really hope that these streams are helpful for you guys. Let's see here. Okay. Do you draw fibs on 15 minutes? I think there's questions regards to what time frames do you
sure. So with the fibs, it doesn't matter really what time frame you use. Mm-hmm. I like to start at a higher time frame, but it totally depends on the kind of trade you're taking, right? I mean, if it's a day trade, yeah, 15 minute, 1 hour maybe. If you're talking about like a week or 2 week long swing, then yeah, use like daily candles, right? But the thing with fibs is it's not sensitive to the time frame. The only input that it takes is right here. See, you pick 1 point and then you pick a second point, and then it'll do the rest of it for you. So this has nothing to do with time frame. You could have it here or here or here. All the levels are the same.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the longevity of the trade.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the time frame of the trade, exactly. Yeah, that's the best way to kind of explain that one. Let's see here. Okay. What are a couple of tickers do you believe appear to be weekly lottos this weekend or next week? I don't think you should answer that question.
It's about lottos.
Yeah, they're asking for lotto picks.
Lottery, man. Just flip a coin.
Yeah. Thanks, Robert. You guys care to do a live demo on stock that's been on a slight decline and give your analysis like maybe gold. Oh boy. First time
I can't do that right now, but I can try and put something together later.
Yeah. Somebody said, imagine a live stream with Tyron, Will, and Warwick. Hey, Warwick, now the people want you. You have to come on with me and Will. How do you set percent levels on fib and which ones? Oh, that's another deep question.
Sure. So here, take a screenshot of this. I'll be happy to share my setup here. And I'll post this in the Option Swing Discord as well.
Right.
So this is my setup. These are all your standard ones, except this guy, the 705. Right. I really like this one, though, because it's the midpoint between
618,
the 62%, the golden retracement, and then the 78.6. So not to get too nerdy about the whole thing, but that middle point tends to be very active. When you see a liquidity run or a stop run, a lot of times you'll see it push down to this kind of midpoint here, and then before taking off.
Right.
So
By the way, also guys, if you want like a deeper explanation on what Fibonacci retracements are, I did a little short blurb here in one of my videos. I believe it was a support and resistance video on my channel. Go have a look at that video. If you're unsure what we're talking about over here, that might be a good starting point for you to kind of go have a look at. Okay, go find it in the playlist here under active investments. You'll see a video on support and resistance, which is right down here, this one right here. I go through what Fibonacci's are, how they work, etc., etc., and kind of explain to you in basics what they are. Okay, so watch that video if you're not sure what we're talking about here, because obviously this is a little more in depth on what we're doing. So, all right, awesome. I guess you're ready to get cracking here, Will, for the market. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, guys. Remember, show some support for Will. Smash the like button. Also, sign up for his course. He's a great guy. He's going to be a great mentor, and he's one of the best people that I know at technical analysis. So stay tuned for more info. Follow him on Instagram so that he can give you updates, and come through on the live stream tomorrow for the fundamental analysis on ExxonMobil, which we will be covering for tomorrow's pre-market live stream. And then on Thursday, we will talk about how to trade breakout patterns when you are observing breakouts on your watch list. Okay, so we'll see what happens.
Thank you so much for having me, man. I had a great time.
Thank you very much for attending, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good day, brother.
See you later, bud.
Alrighty, guys. Well, that was today's webinar. I hope that you guys appreciated it or you enjoyed it. If you guys want more stuff like this, definitely leave a comment on this video. Leave a couple of fire emojis, or show some love by dropping a comment. That really helps me out. If you want to see more content like this, interact with me in the comments and tell me what you would like to see, because I'm constantly trying to put out stuff for you guys that is more helpful and kind of help you out with learning, dropping more knowledge, showing you how more of the technical aspects work as well. So definitely shoot me some comments and tell me what you feel like. As of right now, I'm going to end the stream here. Today's webinar is now over. I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow for the live stream, which we will be going through fundamental analysis of Exxon once again. And then on Thursday for another webinar on how to trade the breakouts that happen with these watch lists. Okay. I am working on something with JPen, so stay tuned. And I'm not going to say what it is, but just stay tuned, guys. Okay, be patient. Believe me, I'm working on things. I'm cooking. So have a good trading day, guys. And I hope that all of you will come by tomorrow to keep me company 1 hour before market for the fundamental analysis on Exxon. See ya. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Oh, and this replay will be up in about, I say, 20 minutes. All right, bye-bye.